The governor of Ebonyi State, Francis Wefuru, this week reinforced security measures in Amasiri Autonomous Community in Afikpo local government area of the state. The governor extended the closure of schools despite easing the duration of the curfew in the area. The decision followed a State Security Council meeting to reassess the security situation in Amasiri and neighboring communities in the wake of the deadly violence linked to the Okporojo killings. Residents are permitted to conduct lawful activities between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m., a move the governor described as a reflection of measurable progress recorded by security agencies deployed to the area. Well, Vice President Amasiri Town Union, Maduka Amadi, joins us now to discuss the crisis, the hardline position of the Ebonyi State Governor, with Governor Wefuru on the matter, and efforts being made to restore law and order. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So can you explain, clearly what triggered the current crisis in Amasiri and how it has affected daily life, businesses, schools, and security in the community?
Yes, actually, before I proceed, I would like to let you know that this land dispute between Amasiri and its sister community, Oseda, it has been there for decades. Yeah, almost the 3 executive governors of Ebonyi State have handled this matter. It is so appalling and surprised in this current situation that the present governor, the way he's handling it has caused it to escalate. I want to remind you, in the year 2002, there is a white paper between Wenoso and Akize had the same confrontation in the land dispute area. Governor Samumiye would then arrange the peace committee. After their findings, there were white paper produced for what government should do to avert further crisis. What that intelligence report, what they prophesized in that 2002, 24 years ago, is now playing out. It is well stated, I have it in my gadget here, in that white paper, that if government to come and delineate boundary between Oso and Akize, between Oso and Amasiri, because at the ab initio, Oso was not the rightful owner. They came in as an intruder. And as time goes on, they keep annexing. But let me switch over. In the year 2023, there were the same riot again that came up under Governor Dave Umahi, the present Minister of Works today. He handled it intelligently. It did not escalate. There was the same white paper again. And that white paper, they refer it to that 2002. They gave them the one of 2002 and say, go through this white paper and now advise government on what to do in the same land dispute. Because now it was between Oso and Amasiri. And government studied the 2002 white paper, come up again at 2023 and say, government, look at what you do that will end this crisis. Delineate boundary, build police post to avert further crisis in this area. I don't know why government has played complicit in the whole thing. They have refused to. And we, people of the loving people of Amasiri, we have written series of complaints, letter reminding government, implement this peace report because we are seeing it as a panacea for a permanent peace. But let me switch over to the latest fracas of the January 29, 2026. In the Amasiri setting, there is a body called Amasiri. They have the power to maintain, implement laws across the environs. So sometime last year, there was an order that every burial will be holding at the end of every month. This latest attack came as a surprise because that very day, it was all over 50 burials within the Amasiri environment. We were busy with burial, with celebration. People came all over the world, from abroad, within the Nigeria, and we were on the burial. When this news break out, there was an attack in our sister community of Projo. We were dumbfounded. Actually, they were killing. We saw images all over the internet. There is no reasonable person from Amasiri that did not condemn that attack. And we've unequivocally said, Governor, we will support you. Launch an independent investigation, fish out the perpetrators. Let them face the law. But it is so surprised. Governor visited the scene on the 30th. It was at the scene of the event. The governor, who has earlier made a press statement in the morning on the 30th of January, visited the scene around 2 p.m. It was at the scene of the event. as a premeditated script. He dissolved the political leadership from Amasiri. He dissolved anybody holding political appointment. All of them were relieved of their appointment. The two traditional rulers were dethroned. Not only they were dethroned, on the night of 31st of January 2026, the military officers invade their home in the middle of the night, bundled them like a common criminal. Two of them are still in the prison as we are talking this afternoon. We were still pleading and asking government, whatever measure you are putting in place. But what we are not supporting is the general punishment, shutting down of schools, shutting down of hospitals, shutting down of markets for over 3 weeks now. That is exactly what has crippled. It has nothing moves. Soldier has invaded. They will tell you they come for peace meeting, but they have invaded the environment. You know, when there is military invasion, not what they told you they are going to do. They are now going search to house, going search by search, intimidating people, even women. Some women we have all the evidences. People they have killed, people they have wounded, people, a lot of atrocities.
You know, we commiserate with your community for the level of violence that has been enacted on both sides. It seems as though the governor might have been heavy-handed in the way he collectively punished the community due to what happened. But our question is, how did this go from a land disagreement to this level of barbaric violence? Obviously, for the governor to collectively punish everyone in such a severe way, something must have happened. So what happened? We heard that there were some people that were beheaded. We heard the level of violence was increased. You do say that there were burials going on so that your community was not a part of it. But why does he think that your Amasiri people were part of it? And why does he think that he has to go to such a length to show that it can't happen like this? Have you people been able to independently fish out the bad actors in your community? Because it can also be one or two bad eggs. Yeah. Have you been able to identify your own problem from within so that you at least have something to, discuss? Because an independent investigator, the governor, he's not going to do, it doesn't seem like he's going to do as much since he's already punished you guys collectively. So what is the way forward?
Oh, yeah. Let me remind you, the first week of December 2025, due to the letter we sent to the Ministry of Commissioner for Land Dispute and Conflict Resolution, Ebonyi State, because of the letter we sent to them, they invited both the communities, and we had what is called peace accord.
This is after the violence.
No, I am just telling you the moves and initiative we have put in place to tell you that we really need peace. I am not holding brief for anyone to might have killed anybody and beheaded it. Like I said, I condemn the act. And the entire Amasiri does not support killings. That's why we strongly support the governor to launch independent investigation so that innocent people will not be punished along the line. You understand my point? Like you see now, there is no registration of pupils in the ongoing common entrance exam, which means Amasiri will not participate. Even secondary school, WAEC and NECO, they have shut the system down, ask no teacher to register them within the state. That's what we are saying. We are not supporting barbarism. There have been certain moves, certain peace initiatives were put in place. Time to time, we have written to government, asking government. We are now seeing that if you implement all these white papers that has been written concerning this land dispute, I think it is the only thing that will bring lasting peace. We have done that to a length where governor knows that we really want peace. But what happened on the 29th day of January 2026, like I say, we were so dumbfounded because it was a period where Amasiri had a massive barrier within the town was so busy. So, peradventure, if some miscreants is hiding under this conflict, and now to tarnish the whole image of Amasiri, that is the area we are saying, governor, it's not, Amasiri has never sit anywhere and agree for an attack. You should launch independent investigation. We will leave you help you. Even the traditional rulers, those two traditional rulers in the prison custody, they're supposed to be a good source of information to the government. Help him. That will help him a lot. Not holding them in the prison. It won't solve any problem.
So what assurances are you seeking from the state government right now, to guarantee lasting peace? And how soon do you realistically expect normalcy to return?
Yes, I am optimistic that government has the power. Like one of the traditional rulers, His Royal Highness Ezogo Godfrey Obioko, is a man of peace, he's a retired civil servant. I remembered each time in our sermon, in our village meetings, he will be preaching for peace. He will be telling the youths that after God is government, that nobody fights government. So I am optimistic that if government will relax this curfew and release these our leaders, these leaders will help government. If truly the government has done their investigation and find out that this dastard act was carried out by our people, these two engine leaders will help the government to fish them out. That's the assurance I'm having, that I'm optimistic that we are so disposed to whatever means that the government want to put in place, as long as it will bring a lasting peace, so that people can return back. Our town today is so desolate. Nobody, men and women have deserted the town. So check out a scenario where people will not, by next academic season, the whole clan will not have students that will be going to the other class. 18 is so appalling.
And since the previous agreements, including this 2003 committee white paper, all failed, what is one specific action that can be made by the state government, the National Boundary Commission, anyone, in order to ensure that this is the last time blood is shed over this land?
Sometime May last year, 2025, the people of Amasiri, after patiently waiting for government to implement any of the peace committee recommended, because one thing that I'm clear is, in this peace committee, it is notable characters that have been selected between Amasiri and the neighboring communities. Men of substance. They are the one that penned down this resolution, saying this is what to do in this trouble area. Then, after we waited for government and we were running out of patience. I want to remind you again, sometime last year, the people of Amasiri went to court. They approached the court of law to determine their fate. Because since they have been agitating that the land where the Okporojo people, Okporojo Ameta, also Ogri is living is Amasiri land. They have the documents, they have the proof that this land belongs to them. But we are also aware, as progressive people, that even in Nigerian constitutions, if you stay for someone's land for some time, you become an indigene of that place. So we are not greedy. We are no longer asking them to leave or vacate the land. But what Amasiri people is now saying is that, government, we want you to delineate this land, because this our sister community, they have the plan to keep annexing this land. And we do not want to be engaging in war fracas. So, do you know what governor did last year? Governor called us for a meeting. And we went. He said, if we want him to meddle into that case, let us go and withdraw that case. And we withdraw it in obedience, because he's a governor of the state. He's our father. We can't disobey him. And we withdraw this case, waiting that government will do the needful. Up to today, none of these things were implemented. That's how, when this crisis keep coming, we are almost dumbfounded and fed up.
Now, I'd like us to talk a bit about the traditional rulers, that were arrested. Have you tried to find out why they were arrested? Is it possible that the government has incriminating evidence against them that maybe you are not privy to?
Well, just as we are discussing this afternoon in the studio, I heard they have been arraigned to court today. So maybe after their appearance on court today, any charges that has been put against them might be made known to us. But as it stands, there is no tangible evidence that could say this was what led to the arrest. Because I know two of them very well. One of them is a retired police officer. His Royal Highness Ezogo Edambasonya. Very disciplined man. He doesn't even want nonsense to come near him. And the other one, like I told you, is a retired civil servant. So I wonder why our governor has taken this thing in this measure. We'll only pray, say, God, if using Amasiri as a scapegoat will bring a lasting peace, so be it.
Well, Maduka Amadi, the Vice President of Amasiri Town Union, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and we wish you all the best in your plight.
Thank you.